Hi! Welcome to this part of my review featuring the DarkEnergy core rulebook. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this high fantasy, high technology role-playing game, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about humans and kobolds. I was going to talk about humans and the Kephali, but the Kephali are a bit complex, so I'm going to dedicate a single video to the Kephali. Let's get started with the humans. Humans are by far the most technologically advanced species, but they are also the furthest behind in terms of divine intervention and magical knowledge. Human culture developed with many influences by other species and races that had traversed the Veil and arrived on Earth thousands of years before the shearing. When the Veil began to harden, the other species and races retreated back to their homeworlds. With the hardening of the Veil, magic was cut off from Earth, and prayers to the gods went unanswered. With no magic, humans progressed along a different path than the other species and races that still had access to magic. As the centuries passed, human technology advanced, and they developed firearms, vehicles, and computers. Humanity resided in ignorant bliss of their magical past, until a malfunction at the Large Hadron Collider tore the Veil apart and opened rifts that returned magic and monsters to an unprepared Earth. Now humanity fights for its very survival. When it comes to hit points, humans are decent. They are of medium size, and they have average speed as well. When it comes to alignment, humans tend towards no particular alignment. The best and the worst are found among them. When it comes to languages, you have one human language of your choice. If your intelligence is 14 or higher, you choose one additional language of your choice as well. Concerning proficiencies, you are proficient in simple weapons, light and medium armor, and you start the game with various tools, such as a gaming set or a first aid kit. You have a variation when it comes to humans, the bionic human. After the shearing, human technology exploded with the addition of magic to make more advanced cybernetics and mechanical enhancements. People that embraced this new cybertech and upgraded their bodies with it have become known as bionics. When it comes to human traits and appearance, it's hard to generalize about humans, but there are a few traits that are shared amongst humans. They reach adulthood in the late teens and live less than a century. You start with 2 free ability augments. Let's talk about some of these traits. You have the general education common trait. Your human adaptability manifests in your mastery of a range of useful abilities. You gain a general fit. You can select this trait multiple times, choosing a different fit each time. There's also prodigy. You have become proficient with one weapon of your choice, one tool proficiency of your choice, and one language of your choice. There's also part human. You are part human and part of a species of your choice. You choose one trait from the other species trait list. There's also sidearm proficiency. You gain firearms proficiency with all sidearms and can use them without penalty. And then there is gun nut. You gain a bonus on all firearms attack rolls. And these are just some of the traits of the human species. Now let's talk about the kobolds. Kobolds are small reptilian humanoids. They are ingenious survivors that defend their warrens with overlapping layers of devious traps. Most kobolds are scavengers and thieves, and are regarded as miscreants to most other humanoids, but kobolds do not care what other species think of them. They know that they are the vessels of true draconic power, for they are descended from dragons, or so they say. Kobolds are meek and subservient around powerful creatures, but become bold and adventurous once they secure a powerful patron, like a dragon or some other source of supernatural power. When they have a dragon overlord, they are zealous adherents to the will of the dragon, and see the dragon as a deity. They will do anything for their dragon god. As a species, kobolds are very cautious and prefer to fight with surprise and ambushes. Kobolds are aggressive, tribal creatures that live in dark forests or subterranean caverns. When it comes to hit points, they aren't very sturdy. They have a bonus to armor class because they are small, and their speed is average. Concerning alignment, kobolds worship dragons as gods, and as such, they tend to be lawful in their servitude. How good or evil they behave greatly depends on the dragon that they follow. They have dark vision. They can see in dim light up to a certain distance, as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light. When it comes to proficiencies, they know how to use daggers, medium armor, and thieves' tools. Concerning languages, they can speak, read, and write Common and Draconic. If their intelligence is 14, they can choose one additional language. Concerning kobold traits and appearance, your kobold character's scaly skin can range from dark rusty brown to a rusty black color. The heads of kobolds resemble that of a dog with a crocodile mouth. Small horns protrude from their skulls, and they also line their jaws. Kobolds have glowing red eyes and a non-prehensible tail. A kobold is 2 to 2.5 feet tall and weighs around 35 to 45 pounds. Kobolds mature quickly, reaching adulthood around age 2. They age noticeably faster and can live well over 100 years. They obtain an ability augment to wisdom, intelligence, and they get a free augment, but their strength is not very good. Let's talk about some of the kobold race traits. You have pack tactics as a common trait. You have advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one of your allies is within 5 feet of the creature and the ally isn't incapacitated. You have horn attack. You gain a bonus action that acts as an unarmed attack with your head that deals 1d4 piercing damage. You also have claw. As a bonus action, your claws are natural weapons, which you can use to make unarmed strikes, if you are unarmed of course. They do 1d4 plus strength modifier, this is slashing damage. You have trap expert as a trait. You have advantage on identifying, setting and disarming traps. And there is also Dragon King. You have a set of bat-like wings, granting you a flying speed of 30 feet. Your wings can carry you no higher than 30 feet above any solid or liquid surface, and you cannot fly in medium or heavy armor. And these are just some of the traits of the kobolds. This concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about the mysterious Kephali. When it comes to humans, they are very flexible when compared to other species. They are not as focused, but as a human you can specialize in a variety of classes. However, because of their ease at handling firearms, I think humans make great gunslingers and snipers. Now concerning kobolds, they are perfect when it comes to carrying out ambushes, setting traps, attacking in an opportunistic way, so you definitely want to take the sneaky and underhanded approach. I like the background information of both species, with humans being a bit more technologically minded, while kobolds have this background of worshipping dragons, but both species have a heavy focus when it comes to surviving, because the other species could be quite superior to them in several ways, so they need to stick to their own strengths with their specific species technology. Thank you for watching this part of the review. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that have been supporting the channel by sending right-through RPG gift certificates. If anyone else wants to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.